So it is the end of 2023, and I thought, why not do like sort of an end of the year recap by going back to the beginning? And so in this video, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to March 8th, and it was day 204 in this normal difficulty server. Let me go ahead and start this up so it can do its thing. And this was my first server. And the reason why I'm choosing March 8th is because March 9th was the first update. That was patch 1. That added the hang glider, binoculars. It added defensive gate walls. It added the Puffins, little mid-boss fight. At this time, you didn't have the demon boss in Hell's Cave. You didn't have the mutant boss at the extraction point. So at this point, I'd beaten the game, but it was because it was so damn easy to beat it. Now, the caves were brutal at this point. You know, it took a lot of guts to get through those. But when you had 2 solid dudes with you, it was no problem. So, this is my god ugly base that I built. I think I called it Shark Tower because the shark's over there. Yeah, that's how creative I was at this point. And evidently, I had a fascination or obsession with rope bridges. And this thing was like supposed to be a Thunderdome, and it didn't work out really well. It just sort of captured Kelvin constantly. That's where the shark is. So that was the creativity of the title of this base. And don't tell, did Kelvin get out? Oh, if I stayed in here, he would be in there. He loved, I think I had a fire at some point, but all these chairs just attracted the hell out of him. So at the beginning of March, I wasn't using console commands. I didn't know they existed. I didn't know which ones to use. I did have a buddy, I knew of duping wood with secondary players. I didn't know how to do it as a host. So whenever I was in here, I had to do it the old-fashioned way. And this was my lumber yard, my little timber operation that I had. And at the beginning of March, I hadn't gotten over there. But I eventually cleared all this out. After this, when March 9th dropped, and then we got the hang glider, I built a 12-story ramp over there. So obviously that's not there yet. But yeah, so I was doing this the old-fashioned way. But let's go back in time. So the game dropped February 23rd, and this is where we ended up. So as I progress through, I'm going to try to remember how to get back up here. I'm just going to walk back through time and show what everybody was up to. Eventually, I'll get to our very first base up in the mountains. That's where we spawned in up. So I'm going to go over to Carl's Beach Shack. This became a central hub where we stored all of our supplies. But little beach base, pretty cool. So you can see the front gates or defensive gates, whatever they call them. The gates and defensive walls, you couldn't do that yet. Carl, what you got cooking over here, buddy? Now you know that is rotten to the core. It's been here for months. Should have took that off the fire. That's a duping station. So Carl and Big, they would dupe. Come on. I don't want to do this. Don't do the reload thing. I need my shotgun so I can point, though. Another duping station. Carl was busy. But anyways, had a nice little deck out here. Go into the first floor. This was our food items. So Big was in charge in duping food supplies, armor, ammo. And let me break out my backpack while I'm thinking of it. So as you can see, I hadn't figured out like add all items, but we were duping. And that is why I currently have almost 1,000 saves, which works out for me. But it helps making a bunch of different builds. So if I go over here, you can see I pretty much had everything. I've been in the residential bunker. Binoculars don't exist yet. Go over here, the rifle doesn't exist yet. And I don't know if the guitar existed at this point. So I think that should be over there. So anyways, let's back out of the backpack. This was our food items. Drop down here, and I believe this is armor and ammo. Well, there's a little bit of ammo. I got armor. Oh, yeah, here's all the ammo. So that was how we were sort of getting our stuff. What you got over here? Oh, Carl got a little master bedroom down here. Okay, let's get out of here. Next up, so this was where Carl was at. This was what one of the guys was doing. And over here is what old Big was up to right before patch 1. And these guys, they don't play anymore. I think they stopped after patch 3. So, yeah, most of the time I'm all solo. But that's fine. And as I'm zipping along, I definitely do not build zip towers this way if I choose to use them. But anyways, Big had found this area up here. He was the first to discover it. And I always like this. This is just a scenic little ride up. Found this other zip line. Now, these I didn't build. And it's been like, what, 7 or 9 months now? So, coming in, yeah. But you got a good little scenic room. There's another dupe station. So, Big and Carl, they were the dupers. I figured out how to dupe, I think, briefly at the end of March, and then they patched that, but then I found console commands and never looked back. So that tower, I don't want to go there. I want to go to this little island base that he's got going on. I think this is the way I get to it. And I want to fall in that. And come across. So, yes, day 204. So he had built this little bridge there, obviously in the wintertime. And got this nice little tree coming out. Guess you got some little insulation going in here. He has a little food bed. Looks like a comfortable bed with a limb right in your face. This looks like a exit. I don't think there's anything, just a tower on the edge of the lake. Let's go down here to the bridge. Actually, let me look over here. If I know Big, he's got a duping station somewhere around here. He's got to have one somewhere around here. I don't know what that was. Ah, there we go. Oh, and another one. All right, let's go over here, take a quick look at this. Larger than average. Oh, I guess there was a way to zip. I don't know. I guess I had to go back up to the roof. There is a way to zip over here. Wow. He spent time to build it, so I want to walk over it. So, had something planned here, hadn't got around to it. Let's go up here and see what we got. Oh, got him some dried meat fish. Got some more dried meat fish. Look at those MREs. Oh, wow. Ramen Noodle City. Energy drinks. Wow. I don't even think the ramen noodles were that good in the beginning. I know in the beginning I lived off of the cat food. Oh my gosh. But I think they nerfed the cat food patch 1 or 2 early on. But the ramens were never good. So let me... Actually, I think that's it for this little build. Let me start zipping back down. I'm going to work my way back through time. So this is... So I was at the God Ugly Base Shark Tower. Carl was at the Beach Shack. And I'm coming from Big's little... whatever you want to call it. Island treehouse. And by the way, that is a really cool place to build. I actually built a medieval castle in that flat area. Just to the adjacent to the lake. Anyways, very scenic coming down through here. It's beautiful. And I'm going to take you next. We're going to crawl. Oh, see, I didn't design that, or that wouldn't have happened. Let me go up here and pop that. Next up will be my little coliseum. And we'll see where I ended up. I don't think I was duping wood at this point. I think I relied on other people, but I'll be able to tell once we get up here. There's the old beach shack. ugly tower over there. Oh, I think that was just a little drying, like a smokehouse. I think he'd set Kelvin up right there catching fish. Duping station to my left. Oh, the good old days. Those that played the game in the beginning will know what I'm talking about. Where's this one at? A little zippy doo here. And so up here, or it might be the next one. It is the next one. God, these zip towers are so horribly designed compared to what I do now. If I use zip lines. So here we go. This is, okay, this got a lot bigger. And that didn't work too well. We did have a dupe station here, but I was relying on the other players to do that. Because once there was a brief time where I was duping, and I filled this up. I went crazy. And I built this bigger too. Put a side on this because I ran another zip line directly into the middle of that. This is the little coliseum that I have, which is a really good area. There's see all the enemies in the area, and I built ramps so they could get in there and get trapped. But I can look at it now. So yeah, that was in the very beginning stages, and I think this goes to the printer bunker because we were trying to crank out that tech armor. Okay, hit the zip line. Now this is coming up on our second base, technically. And the reason why we built it in this area was because we spawned in the mountain area and we kept dying. So it would spawn us at, I think, yeah, this cannibal camp right here, you know? And so we'd have to climb that freaking mountain, you know, in the first like week or something, or first few days. And we're like, you know what, let's just come down here across the river and just build a little spot right here so when we die, we can just run straight over here. So this was built starting probably within a few days of release. And, you know, at this point, we're not duping because you can see there's some that are chopped. I mean, we do have our stations around because we eventually figured it out. Let me hop down. Actually, you know what? Let me activate the console and change the time of day. Get that walkie out of my way. Somebody's got an open blueprint somewhere. So this was second base, and as you can tell, just got some armor ammo. It's kind of cleaned out because the food items were, you know, over at Carl's place. It was like our central hub. Hop over. Actually, let's go back behind here. See what this was. What the heck is that? We have a second floor up here? Oh, I know what this is. There was somebody came in here and put a rope up there, and I think there's a zip. There's a zip tower up there. I don't think it goes anywhere at this point. Birdhouses. Wow. I don't think this is up to code. A little fat man squeeze. Got to hold your breath going through that. Anyways, let's go. Let's work our way up to the mountain because actually, let me look at this. This is just a tree house. Somebody must have been experimenting around with tree houses. I don't know what the hell this is. And then eventually I built a like a little lake temple. It's like a botanical garden type thing. But I did not start on that yet. I don't know. I'm not. Oh, I know what that goes to. I think that's another way to the printer bunker, if I'm right. But anyways. Oh, and this, if you play the game in the beginning, so if you played it before patch 1, what this is those that are in the know, Kelvin in the beginning. You could post him up on a river that had fish in it, and he would jam those fish. I mean, just crank them, pull them out of the creek or whatnot. And dude stacked mad fish. I mean, we were eating fish sandwiches all day long. I mean, so we just had our fire and our drying racks over there. So it was kind of funny. I was looking through some old clips, and because I was thinking about doing like a best craziest moments thing, and I kind of scrapped that idea. And let's see, I got to go over here. Got to go up a level. I kind of scrapped that out, but or that idea. Can't talk. Ooh, shit. Who designed this crap? I know I didn't design this. Anyways, an old clip I saw of Kelvin, and he had like a stack of fish. But after patch 1, they changed it. You can't, or he would only catch so many fish or something like that. All right, let me concentrate here. There we go. Jeez. It's amazing going back in time, little walk down memory lane, and you figure out just how much you've learned. So I remember building this, which it looks like crap, because I remember having to chop all these damn trees. They were rolling all over the damn place. And then somebody came in here, ran another zip line. I guess to bypass this tower, but I'm going to take it this way. So you can see we were chopping wood at this point. I don't know if I mentioned it before. I can't remember. I only was able to use the dupe wood as a host. I mean, it existed. I just didn't know about it for just a very brief period, and they patched it. So then, luckily, I figured out console commands. So getting close to our spawn point, and this would have been our very first base. I'm actually interested to see if I started ziplining up the mountain. Eventually, I did zipline across the mountain, all the way to the top, all the way back down, and ran zip lines about a halfway around the island itself, the whole island. So this is where we spawned in at, our first little base. As you can see, built this the legit way. But let's go in here. This was our little sleeping cabin. We all snuggled up, I guess, in one bed. Yay. Yeah, so apparently we had a thing for duct tape. This is getting weird. Let's just focus on that. I remember using a lot of the pills. This is... Okay, so this is the... would have been March 8th, right before the patch. So I think we turned this into weapons, because we wouldn't have had that many grenades at this point. That freaking lamp. That is low to the ground. Keep bumping my head on it. Let's go over here real quick and look at... I don't know what the hell this is. Somebody figured out how to strut. And... I don't know what that... I don't know if that was a duping station. I mean, we did... By this point, we obviously had figured it out. Okay, let me go back over here. There's one. God, I walked right over it. Let me go up here and just figure out how far we got. Okay. So I can tell by the left over there with all those trees, because I built this myself, zipping up the mountain, and so I couldn't dupe or anything, or didn't know how to. So I remember chopping all those trees down, yeah, to go up the mountain. And so, like, if I zip up here, yeah, this is just a little end point. But I ended up going up to the top, and this is a server that has my 915-story skyscraper. That's where I built it. And Big ended up building a ski resort or something, and then we actually went across the to the beach. If you know where the lake is at Cave D, and then you got the residential bunker, and then you go to the 3 cabins, fishing cabins on that beach. It's kind of close to Hell's Cave, We built a little seaside city with a 75-story skyscraper, but at this point, none of that is there. So anyways, getting a little snowstorm coming in. And I guess this is going to be it for this video. It's definitely it for this year. So everybody, want to wish you a very happy and safe new year. And if you're still with me, super thanks for watching the whole video. And hope to catch you in the next year.